Orange, green. The first force. Weapons in the primary region are not visible in the first two groups. You feel, but do not see the result of their effect and their field. So you are vulnerable to being affected by them every time you approach a creature of higher energy and greater vibrations than you. But only, of course, if you are not well fortified. The state of being fortified and protected reflects a lot of previous experiments and choices, which in turn have brought you to the limit that makes your private core code able to suggest the appropriate options for you through learning, which in turn gives you a better quality of energy particles that then work, in addition to feeding, for growth and inflation. It increases your energy levels, giving you strength and protection, just as armor certainly did for a fighter in the ancient days of wars on your planet. Through the first group of weapons, the force of attraction, you can influence the quality of the feeding given to you from Bond, as your presence in their field and your acceptance grows. Thus, approaching and getting feeding stems from the force of attraction that you possess at this stage, since you are no longer a Kooni that accepts any source of feeding, nor may any Bond refuse you in its field. Just gaining the first color gives you this power. Thus, you can get feeding from any Bond as long as it responds to your attractive force with pleasure on its side. The force of attraction that you possess can also affect other particles that fly in the primary region. Whereas you should now know these particles open their appetite to associate with creatures with high energy. As you seek them, they seek to approach you and enter your body. It is a mutual interest between you. The particles tend to find a comfortable place to settle and integrate into your layers, and you benefit from their content, whether from energy or time. The rest of the particles, such as particles of wisdom and puberty, have another way of dealing and do not move except by order from the Shining Tower, based on certain requirements. So anything related to the Shining Tower and granted by order from it is neither ordinary nor something that can be replaced. I think you should learn this rule, as it is also in line with the system of your planet. If there is one thing from one source that cannot be replaced, then you must give it great attention and not waste it. The features and advantages of the attraction force are very wide. You discover something new every moment and add what you learn to your experience list, which then becomes your guide to move forward on your journey. Speeding up, reaching the next stages, and contributing to providing you with the ideal energy. Here I mean the ideal energy that suits your needs and does not become a burden on you. For sure, you could be negatively affected if your energy level is greater than your body can bear. Energy is not money that you collect and keep in another place. No, energy is what your body carries and fuses with it. Therefore, any additional quantity or quality higher than your ability to handle it will make you slower. Likewise, your weapons will be affected and will not work as well. This should put you at risk anyway. To clarify, you need to plan well before using any energy you gain. In other words, any consumption of energy depletes your overall amount of energy. So the goal must be clear and the returns good for you. This means that attracting what increases your energy and, as a result, helps you to build or strengthen another layer in the color you gained. As I said earlier, you have to choose what suits you in terms of quality and quantity, and do not exceed your capacity, so as not to lead to the disintegration of the layers, which causes a weakness in your body and may lead to the exposure of your private core code. The way the force of attraction works can be simplified as follows. You specify the target that you will attract. By the way, attraction does not necessarily mean pulling it towards you completely. It may be sufficient to pull what you want from it and keep it at a distance from you. After setting the goal, you have to calculate the amount of energy or the thing you want. Pulling it out with a small comparison process, you will be able to compare how much you can get with the amount it will consume from you. And the result is the return that you can expect from the difference between them. This process is simple, easy, and fast. Of course, this is the general principle, but there are many details hiding inside, such as that you are located at a safe distance from the target. That will allow the consumption of the least amount of your energy to attract, and ensure that high-energy creatures do not pass. This you know for sure from the approach of its vibrations. Passing by, knowing the nature of the target, determining the appropriate place to apply the force, and ending with storing returns in the best place of you. Are things clear and simple? That is good. But there is a possibility of other surprises, including black particles or energy thieves, which suddenly attack and seize energy on their way to you. You have to act quickly to contain the situation and obtain the target you spent the energy to attract. Maneuvering with the black particles is very difficult to do for a creature in the process of gaining the first color. It is also unforgiving. A quick and successful tactic is required now. See you soon.